Donald Trump, Barack Obama.
President Obama.
Pretty much the same guy, right? You probably either like both of them or hate both of them. Very polarizing guys. And in this video, I'm gonna piggyback off a piece of work. I don't know if it's a PhD paper, but it's a fan of the channel. His name is Armando, and he did a piece for school breaking down the difference in communication strategies between Trump and Obama. It's very interesting, so I'm gonna use that. I'm also gonna use some other sources to look at the major differences in their communication style and break down what they're trying to accomplish by doing each. And the goal of this is for you to, first of all, understand it's interesting to see the wide spectrum of communication strategies that we see within presidents, but for you to be able to increase your communication. Which one lies closer to what feels natural to you? Can you maybe use some of these strategies in your own communication to be more effective? And listen, I don't want you to think, it sounds kind of dry when you put it that way. Oh, a more effective communicator. This is this. No. This is gonna have impact on your life, no matter you're talking about dating and relationships, advancing the workplace, making more money. This impacts hugely. Small increases in your social status, which come from the way you communicate, have huge impacts on your entire life. So take this very seriously. So let's dive in here and watch a few clips of these guys communicating, and then we'll break down and look at what they're actually doing.
Unemployment among Hispanic Americans, where we're doing really well. You know why? Because they want a strong border. They want it because they understand the border better than anybody. They want that strong border. They want that wall that's being built right now. They want that wall.
If we don't step up, things can get worse. Where there's a vacuum in our democracy, when we are not participating, we're not paying attention, when we're not stepping up, other voices fill the void. But the good news is, in 2 months, we have a chance to restore some sanity in our politics.
So of course they have very different deliveries and mannerisms and tonality, but I want to focus on two main differences. And one of them is very specific and one of them is much more broad. And the first one's specific. So use of the word we. So when Trump uses the word we, he's almost always referring to his political party, to the Republicans, to himself, or to the government. And what does this do? Think about this. What it does is it strengthens those close bonds and it's polarizing. It makes people feel like people who are on his side or in his party, it's us against them. It divides and strengthens. Now, I'm not saying that's good. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying that's what that accomplishes. So when you hear Trump, listen to that next time he talks and he uses the word we, he's probably going to be referring to the government or to Republicans. When Obama uses the words we, the words like it's multiple, the word we, he's usually referring to everyone in the country, to Americans. So what that does is that opens things up. It's an inclusive way of using the word we and makes people feel like one big group, but it doesn't strengthen him and the Democratic Party against other people. So that's the first big change. Now, the second thing, and this paper spends a lot of time talking about this, and I'm sure you've noticed it, and I talk about it a lot, it's the casualness. So Obama speaks like previous politicians in a very formal way. It's like you can tell, like if you listen to a politician the last 200 years and you don't recognize their voice, you don't recognize anything about them, you can tell that politicians all speak in the same way. And what is that way? It's a very stiff, very professional, very templated way, whereas Trump speaks like a normal person. I think that now that Trump has become the president and speaks in this more approachable way, I don't think that all the presidents going forward are going to maintain that amount of casualness. But I think now that those floodgates have opened, that everyone is going to speak in a much more casual, approachable way. They want to feel like their leader is someone that they can relate to. Nobody talk when someone's having a burger or a beer with their buddy in the backyard. They don't speak like a politician from 1980. It's not approachable. And I think that now Trump has proven that people want to feel like that they can relate with their leader. And we've seen this with other political issues, like with trolling. Like we just saw Hillary Clinton the other day put out a trolling letter to troll Trump in that letter that he sent to the president of Turkey. That would have never happened before Trump. But now that the way that politics are played has taken a step in that direction, everyone is doing that. So Obama may be the last president that speaks in that very formal and stiff way, and Trump is ushering in a new era of much more casual, relatable way to speak. And this is shown in the word folks. So like Obama would say, folks here know, and Trump would say, you know. He uses the word yeah, which is a much more casual, obvious way of addressing people. And with this casualness comes a new way of dealing with dissent. So what did politicians previously do? Oh, we just believe that he has misassessed the risk when it comes to this. And what does Trump do? He's coming up with nicknames. He's calling people Lion Ted.
In the case of Lion Ted Cruz, Lion Ted lies. Oh, he lies. You know, Ted, he brings the Bible, holds it high, puts it down, lies. When crooked Hillary said, if I win, are you going to support me?
Crooked Hillary. He's got all these ridiculous names. You never heard that before in politics. And now everyone is taking a step in that direction. And why is that? It's not because people are like, oh, that's the best thing to do. It's because it's effective. When I say it's effective, I mean no bias. I'm not saying I like it or I dislike it. I'm saying statistically and empirically, it has proven to be effective at the polls. And all politicians, no matter what side you're on, are going to move towards the direction of things that are effective in the polls. So Trump, because he is a businessman and has dealt with life outside of politics, he knows what it's like when someone takes a crack at you at a bar at 2 a.m. If some bully comes up to you, that's not the way that people interact in the Congress, right? Nobody's going to approach you that way. The gloves are off, and Trump knows how to deal with that. And that's why he's using these strategies, which actually in this paper, he says, such playground language usually does not fit American politics. I agree. In the past, it hasn't, but now it has, and it's effective. Let me ask you this. Do you think if Trump or Rand Paul or Trump and Jeb Bush are at a bar or at a restaurant, let's say it's a restaurant, they're waiting for their table at the bar, and there's a guy who's had a few too many beers, and he comes up to him and he starts talking trash. Who do you think is going to be able to defend themselves and make them look good and make the other guy look bad? Well, Trump, because he's been dealing with that his whole life. He can deal with that pushback, and he's not afraid to take the gloves off and deal with people the way you would in everyday life. Now, if you have people who make fun of you or put you down, maybe it's your friends or your family, or maybe at the workplace, it's somebody who just kind of talks down to you and you don't like it, and you don't know how to check them and put them in their place, I've got a quiz. It's a trash talk quiz that's going to look at your trash talk style and then give you precise tips on how you can come up with a quick and witty comeback when people try to make you look bad. It takes about 60 seconds. You can go to trashtalkquiz.com or click here to check it out. Now, before we keep moving, I want to know, which style of communication are you more in the favor of? Which style resonates more with you? Let me know in the comments below. If you want me to see your comment, subscribe to the channel first, because the way I filter it, I only see the comments that are made from subscribers.